All right, folks, we got another project that we're going to get knocked out today. It's just another one of those projects I've been trying to get done, but haven't had time to do that. I'll give you a guess what it entails. All right, so anyways, I got my two helpers here. What's your name?
Noah.
What's your name?
Jackson.
I always forget their names. So, all right, so let's take a look at what we got going on here. So, this tree right here.
That big.
Let me give you a little background first. So first of all, where we live here in West Virginia, you go down a couple inches below the soil and it's nothing but shale. So these trees have almost no root system. So anytime that we get some rain, especially these bigger trees on an incline, man, they just fall right over. And this one being dead is especially worrisome. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna come out here one day and it's just gonna be over my driveway. So we need to take this down. Now, my concern is that we got some phone wires and power wires over here. And I'm just hoping, when I cut this thing, I'm just hoping that it won't fall. And you know, most of the time, hope's enough, right? So, you know, I hope that, you know, nothing bad is ever gonna happen. I hope that we'll never get, someone will break into our house. And if we're in there, I'm hoping they'll be nice. I'm always hoping that, you know, if something bad happens to the kid, that 911 can get here in time and save us. No, I'm joking, right? Hopes for losers. I just wanted to see what it felt like to be a Democrat for a minute. But anyways, we're not going to hope. We're going to control this thing and make sure that we get the desired outcome that we want, right? We achieve those desired results by controlling our environment. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to put a nice big face cut on this. Yes?
I can have the idea.
Okay, what's your idea?
So, we get the four-wheeler down here.
Okay.
Cut the tree this way.
Okay.
If it doesn't fall, we have the four-wheeler down here, hook it up to the rope, and then we pull it, so it's not going to hit the power line.
No, I like that idea.
But
What?
What if if you're going to pull the bottom, the top or upper tree could go down that way?
Well, we're gonna make sure we get that strap nice and high. But that's a great idea, guys. So what we're gonna do is a really big face cut on this thing, especially a tree on a slope like this. We need it to have plenty of room to fall, and that face cut will give it the room to do so, and while it's staying attached to the tree, so we have a lot more control. We'll also leave a back strap on the back of the tree with our face cut. That way it'll hold on to that tree until we're ready for it to go. And then we'll put some straps on here. I got some additional straps over there. We're gonna pull it along there. We're gonna make sure it falls exactly where we want to. So you always wanna make sure that, number one, if you're gonna run a saw, especially a big saw, make sure that you have some experience with that. Make sure you have the right PPE. Right here, we got some great chainsaw, I don't wanna say proof, but they're probably chainsaw resistant chaps. I like these chaps. They're open in the back. They're very similar to the chaps, the leather ones I have that I wear at night. And then we have a chainsaw helmet. We got some wedges that we're going to use. We're going to use the clevis. Here's some additional straps. And the saw. So one of the things, if you don't know, I don't know about the homeowner saws, but the professional saws for sure have these lines on here, actually sights. And they'll actually help you to make that face cut and your back cut, so that if you use them properly, you'll actually get that tree to fall in the direction that you want it to. So anyways, we'll get some things set up. We'll get this tree strapped up. We'll go through, I'll actually video that face cut that we're gonna do on that. And we're gonna bring down this tree and make sure that it falls where we want it to. So stay tuned. All right, folks, so you know, here's our tree. We used the ladder, we got that thing strapped up really high so we have the most amount of leverage possible. We have it running over there. We got the beautiful summer helping us today. So anyways, here we go. All right, so what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna do a big open face cut on this tree. And what that's gonna allow us to do is it'll be able to fall a longer amount of time before it reaches the bottom of that open face cut, and therefore control the fall and control the direction of this tree much better. Once we got a big open face cut opened up there, we're gonna go around to the back and we're going to do a plunge cut in here, move our saw up to where we want our holding wood. The holding wood is what's left over, and again, you want that holding wood to control, that's what's going to control that fall. And I'll show you how. But anyways, we're going to plunge cut in there. We're going to move up to the amount of holding wood that we want, and then we're going to move this all the way back. We're going to leave some wood there on the back. Then we're gonna get tension on the strap. And then what I'm gonna do, once Summer is on the four-wheeler and we got a good amount of tension, I'm gonna go in through here and cut the rest of that strap off, and the tree is gonna fall in the direction that we want it to. So it's important to understand when you're cutting trees, especially good sized trees like this one, what face cut to use, and that way you can pick the right face cut for the right terrain and for the right situation. There's several of them out there, but the ones that are common are the open face cut, the Humboldt cut, and your standard or the typical cut. So anyways, make sure you have a little bit of understanding of that before you start dropping timber, and do some practice on smaller trees. We know we want our tree to fall in that direction. We're gonna get this up there. We're gonna use our sights to make sure that we're cutting in the direction that we want it to fall. So just go ahead and do that. I'm going to cut this bottom cut down a little bit so it matches up that base cut. And what that'll do is that it'll actually limit how far the tree can go down. So I'm just going to clean that up a little bit. Alright, that looks pretty good. Now we're going to do the punch cut. Just to be clear on what holding wood is the piece of the strip that goes through this that you don't cut, and you want about 10%. So this being a 15 inch or so tree, you want about 1.5 inches of holding wood here in the middle, which we did pretty good over here. I cut this a little deep over here, so it wasn't perfect. It was pretty difficult to cut this thing straight being on this incline right here. You probably can't tell. But anyways, I want to explain that. That's what holding wood is, the piece that you leave. You want to leave 10%. That way it controls the tree's fall and doesn't just go everywhere. All right, now I cut this higher. I got the back cut higher than this, so that'll give it a little bit of a ledge. Now I cut this a little deeper than I meant to, but it should work, I think. Summer's on the four-wheeler, so it's fine. All right, we got Summer. She's gonna go ahead and tension that thing up a little bit. All right, now, if everything goes right, when I make this cut, it'll pretty much, the fall will follow that strap. We'll see how that goes. All right, and there you have it. That's pretty good. Everybody still alive? Usually, typically, you don't want to lose more than 1 or 2 people on a job this size. You know, you got to definitely consider what losses are manageable. Hey, good job, guys. Guess what we get to do now?
Find the bird's nest.
Well, we get to find a bird's nest. There was a bird's nest in there. I don't know how said birds, if any, or eggs are faring at this point. But it is what it is. Noah, did your plan work?
Yep.
Like a...
Bird is...
Landed perfectly. All right, here is the bird's nest.
Pretty fresh nest. Where's the bird's nest? No eggs. That's good. Yeah. Eggs on
find down an active nest. Oh no, that's the nest. So there's the inside.
Yeah, that was the kitchen in there.
So there's two.
All right, so we're gonna cut this up, get this over into the area where we split wood, go from there. All right, folks, well, I hope that kept you entertained for a little bit during our little quarantine purgatory. Until next time, stay armed, stay ready, and we'll talk to you soon.